Howdy there, nerds! As you can see, I have finished my Hinoka. I managed to get one from Story Orbs. That was awesome, so that was really cool. Got rid of the speed bane that we had on that one. This one, of course, is minus defense plus HP. Not the most amazing stat growth there, but hey, I'll take it either way. So, before we begin, I just want to, of course, mention, real quickly, to always check out the description, bug me on Twitter, maybe come check me out on Discord, as well as, checking out the Gleam contest. Just have to point that out again. Now, the one thing that I've noticed a lot of people have been doing when it comes to Hinoka is a lot of people have been comparing her to Lyn, Brave Lyn in particular. Well, I guess we can probably just mention this real quick. I figured it would be a good thing to do a comparison of, and since I've spent the last 3 hours trying to get some actual armored units in Arena, it has not gone well. I don't know why, but I have not run into any of them, or at least any with distant counter, and well, unfortunately that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't have any footage of that. So awkward, but either way, let's just compare stats when it comes to a neutral unit, okay? So, you're going to notice some similarities real quick between Brave Lyn and Hinoka. Obviously, they are very, very close to each other when it comes to stats, and in fact, most of the stats that are different are either 1 or 2 away. In fact, just to give you an example, Brave Lyn has 1 more attack, but 1 less defense. 1 more defense as well, but 1 less resistance, and, minus 2 HP. Meanwhile, Hinoka, of course, has 2 more HP, 1 less attack. 1 less defense, and 1 more resistance. That gives you the idea of what you're working with here. So yes, very, very similar. And of course, since they are both in their own spectrum of, movement typing, they can, in fact, get very, very powerful from certain buffs like, Hones and Goads for their respective movement types. Which means that Hinoka here will be extremely strong in a Flyer Emblem team. Same thing for, of course, Brave Lyn. So the question then becomes, how exactly powerful is Hinoka in comparison to Brave Lyn? Well, Brave Lyn does have a little bit of a niche in her own ways, and that's mostly because she has a very exclusive B skill down here in Seke's Blessing. See, Seke's Blessing stops the whole, having really terrible defense from really being a terrible disadvantage for her, at least against certain units. Now, just to give you an example, okay? A lot of Armor Emblem teams, which is why I was trying to get all that footage I could, have distant counters, especially when you're running them in, Arena. When you're running this character, this Hinoka or a Brave Lyn in Arena, you're going to be going up against possibly some Armor Emblem teams who have that. And unfortunately for our Hinoka here, who happens to have really terrible defense, she's going to be absolutely crushed by any sort of Armor Emblem team that might have, say, a really powerful distant counter. Even with Warrior Princess, it may not be enough to actually one-shot. And if she can't actually one-shot, she will probably die. Just in a simple hit, because that defense is going to be pretty terrible. just saying. However, there are, of course, other things that have been going around. So, Brave Lyn can run Brave Bow and not have to worry about getting attacked, from a distant counter unit. But that doesn't mean that you can't run other bows, of course. I, of course, have given her Fire Sweep Bow, which will negate any sort of counterattack from a distant counter. The only problem, though, is it's really hard to say if this would be better to run a Fire Sweep Bow and run it against a Armor Emblem team with a certain setup and do a lot more damage that way, or if you would want to run Warrior Princess and maybe give her something like Wind Sweep or something like that to negate distant counters. Outside of Arena, of course, though, I'm just going to tell you that Hinoka is really, really powerful. I mean, obviously, but when it comes to the top crown of what's going to happen here, I still say Brave Lyn has that advantage just because of Seke's Blessing. It's such a unique ability that she has that's really strong. And let's just be clear here, these two characters are incredibly similar, down to their weapons, even, because both of their weapons give speed, which is just outrageous. Granted, different effects here, but, Warrior Princess having the ability to do more damage to armored units is a special type of bow, and something that's really worthwhile looking into. All in all, as a unit, when it comes to comparing the two, it's just, they're so close. It's kind of scary, actually. I can't believe that Hinoka came along and actually has this viability here. Outside of that, when it comes to Arena, I still say Bravelyn has a little tiny bit more, but I'm hoping that it won't become as widespread as Bravelyn right now, because, of course, Bravelyn was given out, at least for free, to a lot of players when she was released, and everyone was like, oh, go for Bravelyn. Some of you didn't, of course, but still, nonetheless, I still don't expect to see a lot of Hinokas around. That's just me, though. But all in all, she's a really fun unit, and considering the fact that she is our first flyer that actually uses, you know, a bow, it's really kind of cool. But my build, of course, I'm considering changing out, you know, chill speed for chill defense, just to maybe, hopefully, aid her in killing a armored unit, but I'm not too certain how well it's going to go. Honestly, I just don't know. I think chill speed will be good for now, and a lot of this other stuff, she's really a spectacular unit if you do happen to get her. And do not worry about the comparisons to Bravelyn, but a lot of you have been making that comparison. I still say that Bravelyn will probably do a bit better in Arena, just because of Seke's Blessing. And the ability to run Brave Bow with Seke's Blessing without fear of attack is definitely really, really nice. Still, though, what do you guys think of Hinoka? Do you think she's strong? Do you still see her as a similar project to, you know, Bravelyn? Well, it's hard to say. This is a good discussion piece just to take a look at it, and also just to show you that I managed to at least build Hinoka somewhat well. Alrighty, nerds. Sorry for the rambling, sorry for all the craziness going on, but I figured I would just talk real quick and see what you guys think. So, anyways, Hinoka. Next Bravelyn? Possibly. But Bravelyn still has a little bit there going for her, so. Either way, do tell me how well your summons went, and if you have a Hinoka, Kana, anything, do tell me what you've been doing. I'd love to hear it. See you later. See you later, nerds. Talking is hard.